Morning. All righty, live. All right, let me get in the stream just so I can get the chat. On the MG channel, if anyone wants to do it concurrently.
Look at that. I still don't. I just broke my computer like 2 days ago, so I can't.
What are you streaming on, man? Oh, your phone. All righty, live.
Dude, a bunch of salt water just got on my computer and completely fried the whole board. So like,
did you put it in the microwave
or the dryer?
Why would I?
Yeah, you can dry.
Why would I?
How about how did salt water get on your computer?
I was
recording
I was
the
doing
ocean.
I was doing field recordings at the ocean, and then like a huge wave just came out of nowhere and splashed me.
You gotta get a mold recorder to do that.
You're saying you were by the ocean, and then a wave came and splashed you, and you were like, "Where did that come from?"
Did you post the link in the MG chat?
No, it's on the MG page though.
I can I have the link actually saved.
Yeah, throw it in.
No, I just didn't know. Yeah, if they wanted to watch it.
Oh yeah, throw it in the MG chat. That's true. All right, let's get this thing started. How's it going, folks? This is the first edition of MG Review Night. We have some great guildies here today. Can we go across introducing ourselves? Well, first, I'm Kevin. I'm the Vice President of Musicians Guild. Next.
Anybody want to go up?
Yeah, come on. You're the fucking president.
Can we see our name on there? Let's go from left to right, starting with Cam.
It's not all in the same order.
Yeah, that's the problem. So you
Okay.
who goes? Me? Yeah.
So
Oh, I feel like a dick going first. I'm Kevin. I'm the president of Musicians Guild.
Evan.
I'm Evan. I am the resident poser / hottie of Musicians Guild.
Ooh.
Based.
Liam.
My name's Liam. I'm the walking fishing encyclopedia of the guild. Anything involving fishing or fish or fish comes to me.
All right, Matt.
Matt, Pez, does it say vocalist of hope?
Burger King drive-thru operator.
All right, Jeff.
I'm Jev, and that's it.
Thank you for your service.
I'm Seb. Okay, move on.
Brazilian.
Local man.
Yeah. All right. You take it away. All right. So who wants to go first?
I thought we had an order.
All right, I'll go first.
You're
volunteer. Here, I'll go first. All right, so we're gonna move things off. So basically, how this is gonna work is everyone here listen to an album. They're gonna review it, say their thoughts. Mainly local albums. We've got one. I guess I'll call it local legend album. That's good. I don't even know if Seb's still reviewing that, but if he is,
Switch count. Got a member from Providence, right?
I mean, yeah.
You'll still review? Okay. All right, but first, let me just do this. All right, so first review. 1 second. Oh, my bad. My bad. All right. Up first, Lousy. This is the album I reviewed. It's called Peanut Gallery. Lousy's kind of, I guess you could call him, I'm going to pull a term for Matt Pez here, orgcore. I'm calling it orgcore revival here, right?
Why'd you name drop me?
I don't know. I think we call it Western Mass from Framingham. This is, I think it's an EP. It's pretty short, but definitely an impactful album. It was released last year. I don't know how I would describe it. I guess you could say it's like melodic punk, maybe like some hardcore influences in there. Not really though. But it's very impactful. Definitely the best track on it for me would be. Let me see 1 second. trying to pull up a track. I'm prepared.
Oh my god, unprepared. You're talking about this album and you don't even have a favorite track up? God, dude, come on.
Oh no, my favorite track is Drunk Luck. It has some really, really good, I guess you could call them like harmonizing vocals on there. Pretty harsh towards the end of that song, but it's definitely a very, very, very good album. I definitely suggest everyone to check it out. It's only 5 or 6, 5 tracks. So I kind of want to bring this in. Is a 5-track album an EP or an LP? Or is it
It's an EP.
EP.
I think
EP.
Depending on how long the tracks are.
Yeah. Because you can have like a post-rock band that made like 20-minute tracks, 4 20-minute tracks. That's not an EP. That's a...
That's Godspeed You Black Emperor.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
But yeah, they also have some great songs on there. Tar, the opening track on that. It's really like fast, melodic punk tune. Kind of harkens back to bands, kind of like No Trigger, a Willem Scream a little bit, I guess you could say. Especially newer bands like Red City Radio and bands like that. Vomit is kind of like I guess you could say like the most successful track off it. I guess you could say the single. That's also a great song. Pedestal, it's definitely, I mean, it's a great song still, but that's probably the weakest on the EP. But I mean, honestly, there's no weak song on it also. So it's very good all the way through. It's quick. It's an easy listen, and honestly, highly recommend it. So we're gonna go up to the next one here. Anyone want volunteers?
I thought we had an order already. I thought it was an order, guys.
Okay, we'll just go down here then. We'll go Cameron next.
Okay. That's not the right order, but okay. So I'm reviewing Lila Queen's EP, If Only. So yeah, they've been making a lot of noise like in the scene. They just signed to No Sleep Records like I think it's probably like 2-3 days ago, which is pretty crazy. So this EP came out, I think it was, I'm trying to think, I went to the show. What was that? Was it February? No.
That was February, right? Wasn't it like the 13th or something?
Yeah. Yeah, holy
Which
shit.
is the 14th.
It's already April. Yeah, it was definitely February. And it just got remastered and re-released. No Sleep. And the remixed and remastered, it sounds so much better. Like I thought it sounded good originally, but now it just sounds like as crisp as it can be. So throughout the album, I guess my favorite track would be Tar. Fantastic, probably one of my favorite songs of the year so far. I honestly don't think there's like a super weak song. I mean, I think maybe my least yeah, I don't know if I can. Lorna 2 is great, but it's probably my least favorite on the album. Ouch was released as a single beforehand, and that was great. So,
yeah. What would you describe the music as? Like, if you had to kind of put it in a genre?
Probably post-hardcore, I'd say, with maybe some shoegaze elements like mixed in. But yeah, I'd mainly say just like a super solid post-hardcore album with like some killer melodies and everything like that. So. Yeah.
Anything else you want to say? Like, how would you rate it out of 10?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot here. A solid 8.5, probably 8.5, 9 on that cusp. You know what I mean? All right, rate my music score. Let me think. Rate your music score. I'd give it a. Fuck, this is hard. A 4.5. Actually, not a 4. Solid 4. 4.5 is like, yeah, not 4.5 to a 4. That's where I put it.
Okay, all right. Good stuff. Up next, we have Evan. He's going to be reviewing. Well, he can say it. The man can speak.
Hello. So I'm reviewing Here Now, Deaf Later by Bocek. They're they're a band from Providence. They followed up their EP that they released a few years ago called I'm Mature, which is really good. But I think this is definitely kind of a step above it in terms of recording quality. Immature is very, very lo-fi, and the recording quality in Here Now Def Later is definitely a step up. Although there are a few instances where, especially in the vocals, where the quality gets a little muddy, but it doesn't really take away from the quality of a lot of the songs. My favorite song is probably Fried Come the Morning, just because it has so many different like phases, and it's so melodic. And they released Rainbow, which was one of their singles leading up to it, and they worked it into the end of Fried Come the Morning, and it all comes together really well. And it's really cool the way that they like fuse different genres. Like you can kind of classify them as alternative, but they kind of work in different elements of like jazz, funk. I saw even a little bit of like kind of reggae influence in one of the songs. So the way they fuse different genres is really cool. Some of the other standout tracks that I really liked, I like the opening track. I liked Hot Depression, the way that it sort of had different phases to that song as well. Yeah, it's really it's really like great. Like what they're doing is some of the most unique sounding music that I've seen come out of like New England. So I'm really like excited about a lot of their stuff.
All right, nice. Yeah. Did they won Rock Hunt last year, right? Or am I crazy?
No, they won like pretty handily too.
Yeah, some tough competition in there, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
a bunch of tough competition. Maybe one band I'd say is a little weaker, but I mean I think they were all pretty good. Okay, moving on.
I'm in this call, dude. You can tell. You can talk the
Say
shit
it.
that you want.
Say it.
You can say it. You can say it.
All right, what did I think?
All I'm saying is there was maybe one member that kind of. Anyway.
Seb was not.
Anyways,
But besides that, what would you give the album out of 10? You gotta rate it.
I'd probably give it maybe an 8.5.
8.5. All right, good rating right there. All right, we're gonna move on. We got our local fish expert coming up next, and I'll give it.
Okay, so basically, I'm reviewing Cement Waits for No Man by Alley Trash. And originally, I wasn't really into it. I heard it and I was like, oh, that's pretty sick guitar riff. And then the vocals kicked in. And that was kind of a big adjustment for me as a boomer getting into hardcore music in the past couple months. But this album really started to enjoy it after a while. And the more and more I listened to it, I realized on the album cover, it looks like graffiti on a wall, but you realize in the middle towards the left is a fish up there. It looks like maybe some type of sturgeon fish. Which brings me to my next point. The third track on it's an EP and an album, I think. 5 tracks. Anyway, the third track, it's titled A Matter of Course and Policy. And that happens to be actually my favorite track on the EP. Kevin?
Okay, what would you rate it out of 10? Like,
Out of 10, I probably originally would have given it like maybe like a 5, but now I'm thinking maybe a 6 up to 7 point, maybe 7.8.
7 point. Okay. Specific review. We're getting those Jack scores over here today.
damn.
No, yeah, definitely. I think they're from Providence, if I believe.
A hardcore band from Providence, pretty cool. No.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll get next. Resident genre expert of MG. We got Pez. Would you take it away?
Me? I couldn't hear.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna be reviewing the Crafters' last album, Lasting Efforts. They self-released. Unfortunately, they disbanded, but they will be having a farewell show.
We going that Bez. Northampton, Mass. We getting it out.
So Crafter are like a melodic hardcore band in the vein of what are you talking about?
Shut up! I said let Matt Pez talk.
What?
Kevin, your audio sounds straight shit.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Go ahead,
Okay.
man.
Okay, so Crafter, there are a melodic hardcore band in the vein of a lot of like 2000s melodic hardcore bands like Comeback Kid or With Honor or Killing the Dream. So their albums like stays pretty true to the formula. It's their second effort. They had a piece called Embrace, which came out in 2017, which is also pretty good. But I think this one's I think it's just a step up, better songwriting, a lot better riffs, you know, really impassioned vocals. Remind me a lot of Scott Wade from Comeback Kid. You know, very punky. I like it. Especially now with a lot of like bands moving metallic direction. I like just sticking to their guns and doing their own thing.
Oh, I see what you did there.
I didn't mean to do that reference, but okay. But I thought it was a very solid effort. I liked it a lot. I'm kind of sad it's their last one. They've been putting out some unreleased songs lately, which have all been pretty good. And they're gonna release an EP eventually. So yeah, I guess I gave it like a 4 on Rate Your Music, so I guess like an 8 out of 10.
Okay, what's your favorite track off of it?
I like the opening track, Refuse to Be a lot. Waking Hours I like a lot. It has a really good it has a really catchy riff and melodies, and has a really sick breakdown at the end.
Sounds like
Okay,
you.
why'd they break up? I thought they were getting a lot of hype for this album. Like I searched it up on Google and stuff, and there was quite a bit of hype around the band. Is there a reason they broke up, or?
I think a few guys like dropped out of just left the band while they were on tour, so they were like they just like dropped it. They have a bunch of projects coming out now. Like there's some other bands like I know with a few of the members work with Jay Moss from Defeater. And they released a few tracks for this like COVID-19 benefit comp.
Okay.
And the vocalist was on has another band called I know they're called Dare to Be, and they were on the comp as well. But
That compilation's too good.
yeah. But yeah, I know a few guys dropped off the tour, and I've heard like things like problems with them like getting bigger and like marketing and stuff. But I mean, it's sad to see them go.
Marketing, if you know what I'm saying.
Shut the fuck up, Kevin.
Yeah, that's my review.
All right, we're gonna get going to I guess we could call it a Providence classic up next. We got Seb. Why don't you take it away?
A Providence what?
Classic.
Providence classic.
Classic.
Alright.
That's a lot of
I'm gonna
praise,
start-
guys.
It is. But all right, so I'm talking about Hyper Magic Mountain by Lightning Bolts.
What?
The album came out. Yeah.
Yo,
yeah.
what the fuck?
It's
I'm
not
reviewing
not,
Daughters next week. This is ridiculous.
No, wait, guys. Straight up, let me just let's just say this. I think next week we should be bringing in like our favorite albums of all time. I think that's what we should be doing next week.
Like that.
All right, well, we'll keep it theme, but we'll talk about that next. But we're talking about local. So like, yeah, Lightning Bolt is from Providence. They formed in the late '90s. They're all from Providence. They're from RISD. Actually, the drummer, Chippendale. He's like, first of all, crazy drummer. One of the craziest drummers I've ever seen. Like he does the singing at the same time, but he does a contact mic on his cheek and wears a mask on top so he can't the contact mic, and he runs his mic through a bunch of pedals, like a bunch of loopers, delays, echoes, reverbs, and just kind of like screams when he's playing drums. And he plays drums like nothing I've ever seen. Like he's much better than Cam, much better than Riley, much better than Harrison. Like one of the craziest drummers I've ever seen.
I don't know if he's Jack though. I heard he's been working on his jobs.
Oh my god.
But either way, the standout track, I actually found out about Lightning Bolts because of Evan. He posted them on Dead Cowboy on its like Instagram story like last October. I was like, oh, I'll check that out. And then I watched like a live video. I was like, oh my god, I like need to get into these guys. So like the genre they're in is like noise, like basically noise rock. Just a lot of crazy drumming, and they have a bassist. It's a 2-piece, and their bassist basically uses an octave up and like distortions and like loopers. and just like live loops, a bunch of high octave bass, and it's just some crazy stuff on like one of the tracks, Magic Mountain. They basically try to make the sound of a like a car engine like revving up, and like continuously, like it's a 4-minute song. It like builds like very, very drastically and very hard, and it's just like it's pretty crazy how it sounds, and I just really dig noise music. So my rating on this album would be about 7.5. Yeah, because like eventually you like the tracks are all good, except eventually you get tired of hearing just white noise. But like you gotta take breaks within listening to it and gotta have the right mindset, kind of. But yeah, that's my review.
All right, nice. All right, well, the final album, we got the I guess we call him the Croat, Jeb. Reviewing it.
Road.
That head looks like he's on an airplane lifting off. Like his whole camera's fucking shaking.
Passengers.
I hate it.
All right, so
unexpected turbulence.
I guess you could call it MG Classic. They came for a show in the fall. We're gonna have Jeff reviewing their self-titled album. I want you take it away, Jeff.
Well, it's an EP, not an album.
Oh, LP.
Kevin, just shut up. All right, let Jeff talk.
I saw them live when we had them at whatever show that was. Before I listened to any of their recordings, and I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. It's like guitar-driven indie rock, which is right up my alley. I thought they have two singers. I got the guy singer and the girl singer. The guy singer reminds me of Kevin Parker from Tame Impala, except if he was good.
Hey, wait. Why are you talking about Tame Impala?
Dude, I don't like Tame Impala at all. I think they're bad.
I think they're overrated. I don't think they're
Why?
bad. I think they're overrated.
Actually, explain why. I want to hear your reasoning.
It just feels like pop trash that they're dressing up to pretend like it's new rock.
I kind of.
I don't think they've ever addressed themselves as rock. They like their earlier stuffs were all like psychedelic, like pop driven.
Like psychedelic. That's exactly why I hate it.
I think Inner Speaker was probably a little more rock oriented than pop oriented.
I just think there's so much better psychedelic pop out there. Like I think like I don't know. I just think every album they do is the exact same thing. It's like at some point you get sick of it.
All right. Well, we're not
eventually you get
right now.
sick.
All right, let's go. Let's continue.
So I really like Guitar Lines. So I really liked. This was 3 songs. I really liked all of them. My favorite is I Want, because that song is 6 minutes long and I never get sick of the guitar riff. It does. I can see myself getting bored with these songs if I listen to them too much, though, because they're good, but they're not like super exciting. So I'm gonna give it 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10, okay. Yeah. When I listened to Silverteeth, I made the comparison with Silver Sun Pickups. I don't know if anyone else kind of heard that with them, but definitely kind of similar with that. But yeah, pretty good 3 songs. I was surprised Planet wasn't your favorite, honestly.
I just like the guitar riff just goes over and over again, and it's a good riff, but I just get bored of it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That is my second favorite, though. Camden just felt kind of vanilla to me.
I like Camden.
I think Camden's definitely the weakest on it. I agree.
I mean, it's not bad. It's just not the best.
Yeah. Alrighty, there are the album reviews. Anything we want to talk about here?
I see a lacrosse stick in the background behind Kevin. Did Cam used to play lacrosse? I could make that connection.
I mean,
couldn't have been Kevin. It had to be Cam who played lacrosse.
We sucked at it, but yeah, we definitely not a Liam. I still think Liam's the best setup, man.
What?
I think Liam's the best setup. For what? I don't know. cool setup in the background.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, it's
Oh, yeah, this is the streaming setup. See, I got
Setup.
got my PC right here. Then I got wait, that's the monitors. That's my
Is that a Bud Light on the
Holy
desk?
Light. No,
Oh, I
No,
thought I
I
saw Bud Light.
no,
We can't endorse underage drinking on this platform.
no, never.
Okay, but what does everybody think about next week doing favorite albums of all time?
We could do that.
Bring a 5-star album. What you think is a 5-star album?
Should we do
Like,
more than one though? Because this was a pretty quick one. I mean, it's only been like not even 30 minutes.
No, we don't want to like overset. Like, I mean, like nobody's gonna sit through a 30-minute live stream, so I think we're already. I think 30 minutes like is solid.
All right, yeah. So GOAT albums next week we could do.
So is it? So are we
Saying
doing like
anger.
favorite albums or like albums that like what do you say is your favorite album? Like what determines is a favorite album? Like what's the parameters?
the one you like more than the others.
Yeah, like the album that you just think is the greatest. Like I don't know.
It's
Yeah,
not
what
really
is-
the
what is-
one you don't stop
GOAT
listening to, I
album.
guess.
It's your
When you listen to the
favorite
most.
album. You know what I mean?
Like the album that you'll never get sick of hearing. Like you can
Yeah.
play it 100 times but never get sick.
Yeah, your
Alright.
favorite, like the one you most enjoy listening to out of everything. I mean, it's gonna be
Yeah.
tough to know that.
You guys are not going to see my choice coming.
Let me guess.
Okay.
Block
It's gonna-
Party Silent.
it's gonna be
Silent
fun.
I'm
Alarm?
gonna say
Dude,
it's
you're gonna
probably
listen to the
I
Interpol.
wouldn't see it coming. Why would you Block Party Silent Alarm? Are you kidding me?
I'm telling
yeah.
you, it's Silent Alarm.
I
I'm
thought
saying, it's probably the modern age. Oh no, is this it? You're gonna probably it's probably gonna be like, is this it?
No,
No,
Yeah.
it's probably Interpol. Turn
Yeah,
on the
it
Bright
is. I
Lights.
think that. Yeah.
These are
Yeah.
all really, really good guesses, but they're all wrong.
do you have
Color
a-
in the
Really?
shape. Color in the shape. Color in the shape.
No,
That's
Rule on Fire.
no.
Oh, it's gonna be the fucking Saint Cecilia EP. That's all they fucking talk about.
Okay, no,
I think that's a shit EP.
Foo
Yeah.
Fighters.
There's only like one song in that E EP.
I got a question for Jeff. All right.
Yeah.
I feel like you like 311. Am I correct?
Okay, it's 311, and no,
I thought you did. You like Interpol. They're like the same band.
I think Amber, but I don't think it's a great song.
What about? I feel like Jeff could also like college rock, so I'm gonna throw out like a replacements album. I think it's gonna be one of
41.
those.
Never listen to them.
Probably the Descendants.
He doesn't like fucking
I'm the one.
incel core.
No.
You are the one. I'm the one. Knew you. Yeah,
Okay.
we good?
All right. So I just want to ask one more question here. What has everyone been doing musically during this quarantine? Anyone got anything they've been working on? No one? Wow.
I've just been like practicing a bunch.
too.
Like that's literally it. Like I just started listening to a bunch of like prog and like a music style called cumbia from Colombia. It's like super basic, but like you can build off of it, like do a bunch of like psychedelic or like punk stuff with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've,
I just
maybe.
Kevin, shut up. Jeff's trying to talk.
couldn't hear me.
I might have recorded, 2 or 3 songs.
Dude, I
Oh,
fucking left my interface at school and I can't get it. So that's not gonna happen for me. I'm honestly buying a new one because it's gonna be till like fucking June without an interface. I can't last that long. Can't
Kevin,
last.
is that appropriate conduct for the stream?
Yeah,
Well-
shut up, dude.
shut up.
All right, so I guess that's gonna be it. We'll be back next week with the favorite albums of all time, as decided by El Presidente Cameron Hart. So
Let's go.
El Presidente, why don't you lead us off?
All
You
right.
want to sing a song? Kumbaya.
Yeah.
Oh, my lord.
I'm gonna say this. This is my last statement before we end the stream. Sebastian Toledo is the hottest Brazilian on the planet.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's
Dude,
Let's
Steph's
go.
Brazilian.
let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Woo!
Let's go.
Go